the Neptunian, and this is Nala the Neptunian translator. So, yeah, I got a couple of announcements, but y'all, I think that I'm ready to grow up. Okay? I think I'm ready to grow up. Like seriously. So, let's have a little chit chat with each other, and I may take a little pause here or there. Okay, come in, chill out or whatever. But welcome. So I'm gonna start by saying something, and it's gonna preclude this thought is gonna preclude with the fact that there's gonna be some changes, and there needs to be some changes. I think that it's expected things change, and I don't consider myself to be a stupid person, but I also appreciate the fact that I can expect opportunities to come to reveal to me that I can be a lot less stupid, okay? And so when you have something that is of immense value, don't be stupid about it, okay? We don't be impulsive about it, right? And I just recognize I just made a decision, and the more I sit back on it, and maybe this ties into what I'm here to talk about, but really I'm here to just share my ideas with you. And so God bless you if you find this page. But I made a dumb decision, or a dumb set of decisions based upon somewhere down the line, some expectation and some sort of entitlement, I guess, with myself. And I have to deal with the consequences of that. Can I say, in a way, it was purposeful? Well, it's not purposeful ignorance on my part, because you could understand something, you could not understand it, you could know something, but it's not until you understand it and you understand your role in a situation that you're able to, or you're ready to make some changes, because there is a visceral change in your awareness about how you exist in the world. And so something that I've been stupid about, I've been just, this is not a self-deprecating talk, and I really am not a proponent of self-deprecating talk unless it's relevant, and not just to, not just to be relatable. You can be relatable so many other ways. You don't have to teach yourself or encourage other people to self-deprecate. But in this, of what I'm saying, it's actually because I respect myself that I'm saying it. Okay? So I just wanted to lay it out. I tend to do that. So again, what is conversation without clarity? I made some decisions. I acted a certain way, and some shit has to change, because I know my value. And whatever that value is for me, to me, and for me, the circumstance is not fitting of it. Okay? And so there's going to be some changes to how I do things, maybe even the what I record, and when I record, how often I record, and really just how engaged I am with the process, maybe a lot more, and a lot more well planned out. I know that I am a huge proponent of being unscripted and off the chain, but some things need to be where we stick to the script. Okay? The script writers know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay? They know what they're doing, right? And sometimes you have to kind of trust that the movie will reveal itself. We'll get to understand what the fuck is happening in this sequence of events and stick to the script. Okay? So some changes going to be made. Maybe the way in which I communicate are going to be made. The things that I allow, the conversations that I have, there may be changes, okay, to those conversations. All right. And what we're going to do is this, because there's just not, we're not going to do some things because it's beneath me. Hold on one second. You said you need a radio show. I think it could be. Maybe this is the radio station, but there's going to be some conversations that I'm having and interactions and who I want to attract, where some ways in which people become comfortable, maybe by mistake of my own, comfortable communicating with me, that I'm just not going to tolerate. I don't have to prove anything. I'm not some big bad wolf. Okay. I'm not going to fight you as an individual, but I don't have to tolerate disrespect. So I just want to say that if you are here in the chat, I don't appreciate a lot of conversation in which I'm not giving the respect that's due to me because I'm not disrespecting you. Okay? So I just want to say that first. Like, I don't mind you coming in and us talking and chit chatting because I believe that what I have to say might be helpful. And if it's not, why the fuck are you here? Right? But I'm not going to go back and forth. And I just think that we all need to grow the fuck up. And so I don't want to block the chat, but I will. So I want to say that I'm going to give people an opportunity to act like they got some sense up in here, but don't talk to me abusive. I'm not being abusive to you. I think that that's just human decency, right? And I don't think that subhumans would be attracted to my conversation. So, like, what the fuck are you here for if you're going to act crazy? Like, come on now. I don't want to have to do that. So, I'm going to leave the chat where it's at. But, yeah, I shouldn't have to go in and be doing all this stuff. Like all of this stuff that I have to look at what people are saying. That's crazy. You said it's just that lives are kind of like a show, I'm not mad. Absolutely. And honestly, you're right. Shit, I do need to fucking turn the camera on. But I'm not turning that bitch on right now. And somebody said to me, show your tits. If I did turn the camera on, you would absolutely get a set of tits. And I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm serious. I'm being dead ass serious. So I don't know who the psychic is, but the perverted psychic is. But like you need to chill out, okay? All right? This is not the first time. There's vagina all over the planet. God damn. Okay? But no, you're absolutely right. I do need to fucking cut the camera on. It's just not prepared to do this shit now because I'm lazy. And that's half really the fucking problem is, excuse my language. I'm going to drop a lot of F-bombs. So if you are sensitive around the ear area, please, like, fuck off, okay? And I probably won't say another curse word, but you need to know that. And I don't want to, again, block the chat. I want to chat with my folks, but I just know crazy people are not my folks. So nonetheless, I hope this fucking message gets to you in enough time. I just think that a lot of us, myself included, do not know the importance of, like, positioning yourself to get the invitation. And I'm not going to get in here and talk and be boring and give you my understanding of what human design is. But based on my human design, if you're interested in this shit, okay, based on it, I'm supposed to wait for the invitation. What is it? I'm gonna no. Mine's is I'm gonna get the invitation, wait to accept it, right? So I naturally accepted all invitations and burnt myself out, and actually sold myself a lot shorter than I needed to. So human design is fucking legit, right? Some people need to wait for the invitation because they're so quick to invite themselves in and be a fixer. I'm supposed to wait to accept the invitation according to human design. But let me explain why I'm growing up and finally starting to understand why that's important and maybe why it could be important for you. All right? Sometimes accepting a relationship, a job, and I know that this is going to fall on certain people's ears, and this is not pointed in no, nor is it directed at anyone. Please don't internalize what I'm saying. I'm really just sharing ideas. But sometimes waiting to fucking accept the invitation, the job, the money benefits you more than you know. It actually, it's not just protecting you because the world's evil. No, it's protecting you in a sense of if the world's going to be evil, at least your check's bigger. Hear me out, okay? At least the benefits that you're able to harvest from the world, okay, actually make things easier for you in the sense of being able to have certain experiences in life. All right. And I wish that I had come to this understanding. I have in so many other levels, but I wish that I understood this shit about myself. Wait for the opportunity because if life is a game, who the fuck is your character? All right. Like, let's say you're saying, I'm coming here, just like you guys said, turn the fucking camera on. I want you to be engaged with me, but who is my character? Why am I not giving you something to look at? In so many words, right? You want to take in who the fuck is talking because how I look denotes if I can even if my opinions make sense. Because if I look a fucking mess, why are you listening to this crazy person in a certain perspective? I get that, right? I get that. So I don't even take offense to that. But in sharing this message, don't take the first offer. Don't, when people know you're starving but you have something that of value that you should be able to exploit, but you don't know it, they will exploit you and will feed you and feed you something that makes it easier for them to exploit the thing. Not because people are inherently evil or inherently bad. It's because of your lack of knowledge that of your own value. And some of us are so desperate for love relationships to be put on that we do the very thing in accepting what seems to be our dreams come true so quickly that it is a dream killer. Because we forgot to put the fucking garb on. We forgot that the thing we're asking about requires us to have a certain character in order to participate in the gameplay. Some of us are showing up like me, tits out, expected to be taken seriously. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like no lie. I expect to be taken seriously. I expect it. But are my tits out? Yes, they are. Like the nerve of it all, right? The nerve of it all. And I'm not on OnlyFans, and I expect you to take me seriously. Am I in the character, or am I using this without a screen to facilitate separation between whatever the fuck is going on with me and what I have to say? Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm choosing to, instead of getting up here and looking crazy, tits out, and I'm not getting paid for it because that's something I should get paid for. And whatever the hell I got to say doesn't matter because who would listen to a bitch who has her tits out and she's not getting paid for it? Like, who would listen to that? That does, like, for real? You giving that away for free? There's some people out here who don't have C dollar size areolas. They don't have huge areolas. They got bee stings and they get paid to show people that. And you're going to get up here with your gravity affected, somewhat bulbous breast that with huge areolas that fade back into your skin tone. So there's no demarcation. Okay, they got character to them. I got country titties. Okay, they country, the good and ignorant, right? Lots of character behind it. And I'm going to do it for free. Fuck no. So you guys get the black screen, separates whatever madness I'm in right now from my ideas. Okay? That's the point I'm just trying to make, is that maybe wait for the right invitation. Wait for the right amount. And instead, spend your time that's free to you. If you want a certain lifestyle, you want a certain level of success, study who are the people that have that thing that I want. Some of you talk about love all the time. And again, this is not a pointed conversation. I do not care about your life, the people who don't pay me, because that's not fair to you. You did not hire me enough to point this conversation towards you. But if it happens to benefit you, then great. But that wasn't my intention as an individual putting this message out. If you say you want a particular thing, what does that look like? You want a husband or you want a wife. How do those people act who are in successful marriages? What do they look like? What are their principles? What ways in which do they share themselves with each other? And are you the person, I mean, realistically, y'all will study Cardi B, Nicki Minaj drama. You will rap like them, talk like them, as I understand. But if you can study them, especially if you're concerned with being a celebrity at all or being around them, then why wouldn't you do the same thing for the other areas of your life? If you're wanting a particular person who acts a certain kind of way, why aren't you waiting for the invitation or waiting to answer whatever invitation that you perceive to be an invitation when you're ready and when you're going to get the best experience? Why are you running? Why did I run into the relationship and I look crazy? I sound crazy. I'm out here doing foolish ass stuff and I know I'm foolish. And I expect to get a 20, 30-year marriage that is healthy out of what I attract. When I don't even have the discipline to pay attention to one person more than 12 seconds before I'm turned on by another person. You want a woman that's loyal and you want to be in a relationship, but you've never been in a commitment. You failed the commitments to yourself. Why don't you just wait to get into the relationships when you can see a benefit in not cheating? Wait to fucking get the thing. Why do you need it right now? When you know that you don't have enough experience with yourself, you don't have enough value with yourself yet to not want to fuck everything that's moving that's somewhat more attractive than the next thing. Why would you exhaust yourself and put yourself in a position to where you're so stressed out because then she starts getting upset with you because you become disinterested in a relationship when you've not had the experiences enough to where you could actually see value in committing to a person and them committing to you? Is all I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with the desire and what you want and your dreams and all of the stuff you want. But if you are not even compatible yet to it, why don't you invest in yourself to where you look, feel, act, and can actually hold space for the thing that you want? If you've never been committed to a woman, it's going to cost you a lot of stress, especially if you end up liking somebody. Maybe, dare I say it, love them. but you want to cheat, babe. Not only are you going to run around with guilt on you, but if you don't think the girl that you're cheating with is going to exploit that as she should, because whether she knows it or not, she's only accepting being a side piece because she actually wants to be the girlfriend, wants to be the main, but she's too undisciplined to do what she needs to do and to date in such a way that she gets that result. Everyone's running and they don't want to do the work on themselves to be there and to be ready for the thing that they want. And instead, you destroy your opportunities, you destroy yourself. Accepting the wrong fucking music contract. You want to be a rapper, you want to be a singer, you want to be an actor or actress so bad, you accept something, you sign something, and it ends up fucking you. And you may be able to make a hit, but then that's the end of it. All because you didn't sit back on your talent and make a true evaluation through reinvesting yourself to make yourself so damn valuable that you're naming the conditions in the contracts that are coming to you. Saying no to something because it's not right does not limit your opportunities. It actually, on a quantum, a metaphysical or quantum level, actually brings more opportunities to you that are more closely aligned with your ideal, the more you match that fucking ideal. So waiting actually benefits us in that sort of way. If you're out here with the shits, you're dating and you're saying, you know what, I want a commitment, but right now I want the convenience of it, but right now I'm not a convenient kind of person. There's going to be somebody who's on that same wavelength with you. Instead of keying your car up and acting a fool and getting you fired from your job because she's going off. There's going to be someone who doesn't think you're so great, my guy. Okay? That you're probably not the most attractive man she's dated. Okay? So it's not a loss to lose you. Who's willing to have sex with you, and she's not affected whether or not you call her because this was an off time for her. Okay? I know you don't like the way that fucking sounds, but hear me out. She doesn't have high expectations for you. Okay? And judging by your behavior, you don't have high expectations either. I mean, everybody's kind of slutting it out. Guys can slut each other out, but it's not a loss if neither one of you calls the other one. Is what I'm saying. Why not wait out for that? Instead of putting yourself in a spiral and putting yourself in a position to be rejected through being broken up with. Ruining a relationship that could have taken place a year or 2 or 3 later because you didn't want to be real with yourself, that your self-esteem could not allow you, or your experiences in life, you were not satiated enough to sit your goddamn ass down. And as a man, you did not feel fulfilled in yourself enough to commit to one person. Or you didn't have the money to actually afford a wife, in a sense of what happens if she gets pregnant. You need to find someone who you're an underwhelming representation for, and it doesn't hurt their feelings if you don't call back. And that way, you're on equal footing with one another. Because she's damn sure don't want to have your baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not her best. And she's not, and you know what I'm saying? Vice versa. And you get to learn everything you learn, but these particular women, they're teaching you how to elevate because you're not their best. So you're not crazy about me. You're not blowing up my text messages. Why? Because I don't make this amount of money. What type of men are you used to? Maybe you're going to learn something from hooking up with those particular women who are underwhelmed by you, or how to up your game in life to get aligned with the things that they may find ideal. I'm just saying, you're going to learn more about yourself and what you need to gain the opportunities you want from someone who's not impressed with you than you are from someone who, like you, is just glad that somebody wants to tickle their oyster, their pearl. You know what I'm saying? They so lonely that they're crazy in their mind, right? That person is going to bark and jump on one foot, and they're never going to tell you that you are a loser. But they're going to reassure you in such a way that you're going to stay a loser. I can guarantee you that. And they're going to probably get pregnant by you. And you're going to be a loser with them and your loser baby. Okay? I'm just giving you a perspective to think about. Stop going for the bitch that is impressed with you because she's already impressed with you and you don't even like you. That means her value systems are not even in alignment with the things you know you want, my guy. All because your ego needs to be stroked. Wouldn't it be better that you were in a position to where you kind of had that energy? No one had to stroke your ego. You already knew that you were the shit because your money, your experiences, your opportunities said you were. They speak before you even enter the room about you. And you determine everything that you want and you get what you want. Stop accepting, wait to accept the invitation. That's all I'm saying. You haven't even earned the thing that you're asking about. You want a baddie, but now she's cheating on you. Your feelings hurt. You ready to shoot her and the new nigga because you wanted to jump the gun, and your check is not enough. You wanted to jump the gun before you were actually in the race to be equally as impressive as this person. Because let's be for real. Like in this scenario, a woman's beauty, in what you guys call baddie, a woman's beauty is currency in the way that men's earning power is. And I'm going to speak to women in just a moment. I'm just giving an example here. Wait for when you actually can get the best so that you're not being rejected. That's not fucking with your self-esteem. You're not with somebody who's looking up to you. And then you know that something's wrong with them because they're settling because they, like you, don't know your value. And then you're dogging that person out. You feel like a piece of shit for doing that because they're not really who you want to be with and you're cheating on them. And they think you're the best thing since sliced bread and you're not. And not only that, you're hurting someone you don't have to hurt. Let life teach them that they probably should want more. That's what I'm saying. That's a little bit of discipline is all I'm saying. Just think about what I'm saying. Like, be the person, prepare yourself to be the character, and not in theory but in for real fucking practice before you go for the thing to be aligned with the things you want. Stop being cool with wearing fucking jewelry from the mall, trying to play like you got a chain like the rappers, and instead do what you got to do to where you can afford it. And I can guarantee you, the moment that you actually could afford it, you're going to be like, this shit is trash. Like, the moment you could actually afford the wealth that you desire so much and you go through the processes, the last thing you want to be seen in is that gaudy ass jewelry. Outside, like, for real, like, seriously, once you actually ask anyone who is in that industry, they do it because the fans expect it. But in their regular life, all of that extra shit doesn't make any sense because you're around other wealthy people. Who are you stunning on? The nigga that's over there in a white shirt and in khaki pants, if it is a designer, we don't know who designed it, it's worth $1 billion. And at best, he might have a watch his wife gave him on. He's in some boat shoes and shit. That motherfucker's worth billions of dollars. Who are you with your clown ass and all that fucking jewelry impressing over there? No one. Know the value of things by first being able to properly not only assess your own value, but know that you have the opportunity and room to grow, to increase your value, and thus increase the value of any room that you step in. The value now is double because you're there. That's if you're so concerned with power, let's slow down and let's look at how it's achieved and work on the bones of the situation. Saturn is in Aries, right? We can't move too fast anyway. But it's a perfect time for startups. This is a perfect time to make sure the bones and structure of the thing, if you build it, they will come type of thing. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Field of dreams? You build the structure and it fields in with the thing that it's designed for. Look at yourself like a structure and build yourself in such a way to where when you go into this world, those things naturally attract and fit on your person and in your life. That's all I'm saying. With women, I'm going to make this very simple. Some people don't like I don't want to go into the person's name that I kind of was going like let them know, don't come talking to me because I was going off with a mutual because I felt like this mutual disrespected me and I started talking about weight even though I have the same weight issue. Don't take that into heart that way because I still got to deal with me at the end of the day. And I'm my most important person. And if I'm doing it despite I must be coming from a certain perspective. Sometimes you gotta leave smart people alone. If you deem me to be smart, you must know I'm not saying the shit I'm saying for nothing. There's got to be a reason. I'm not a stupid person, even though I've made some stupid decisions that I am happy to take care of the consequences for. But what I'm saying is this: when I said for women to make sure you are at your absolute best before you even start dating. I was speaking to someone today and they said, fairly attractive woman, does not have any weight issues from what I understand. But she wasn't dating because the relative reality of how many people she would or how many men she would meet that would actually be great lovers along with the other things she wants was relatively low. So that means that she's going to have to give up some cat to some people who is going to be terrible with if she's not picky and if she's not assessing her value or dating according to what she actually represents. We'll say it that way. A lot of us women, we don't understand. I did not understand. If I understood this shit, I'm telling you, you would not, the person who I upset, I didn't mean to upset you, but you would really be upset with what I'm going to say now. Had I known what not because I'm physically focused, I'm so thankful I have character and an intellect and I have personality. I'm thankful for those things. Mind you, greater than anything else. Because outside of being pretty, you actually like hanging out with me because I'm fucking fun. I'm smart. I'm intellectual. I'm down to earth. I'm cool, and I have the vibes. All of that's cool. You know, I may not be your cup of tea, but this is what I think about myself truly. But had I known that I was being judged, I didn't. I didn't. I did not know that my weight was saying that I was lazy, despite the fact that I'm not lazy. Can I be lazy? I deserve to be lazy. When I am lazy, I fucking deserve it. I probably need it. My nervous system needs it. I'll say it that way. So my weight was giving a message, and I know this sounds like I'm the slowest person in the world saying this, but I have to admit it to you. I did not know that my weight was saying about me that I was lazy, that I was inconsiderate, that I was stupid. I did not know that these were the unspoken cues, that I didn't care about myself. I didn't know how to care about things. I wouldn't take care of things very well. I didn't know that that's what it was saying. Irrespective to whatever my personal philosophy is, I can't be mad at someone else's associations because I'm not their big mama who lost their arm due to diabetes, and that man associates, or that woman associates, weight with unnecessary death and suffering. I wasn't taking that shit into account. That I'm just like, oh bitch, I can catch it, I can do this, I can do that because I'm attractive. Da, 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 da. I got this mouthpiece on me, but I wasn't understanding that I was probably overcompensating because I was sending an unconscious message. Why should I have confidence in you if you don't have confidence in it? You don't take care of yourself. Why should I take care of you? Will you even keep me? Will you ruin? What if I'm in front of someone and I'm interested in this person, and this person may have struggled with their weight? They looking at me like, if you like this, how do I know that I'm going to be able to keep up this diet that I have or this workout that I have? You might, because you look this way, I'm gonna make a snap judgment that you might not appreciate that thing, and I may take on bad habits that a snap judgment, I'm looking at you, that you may have, and it may fuck with my program because my family dies from heart disease from being overweight. I don't fucking know. I'm just using this example, y'all, because it's something that I'm traversing to try to make sense of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is the case across the board. I'm not saying it's the case for you. And please don't feel no kind of way like you got to feel a way about what I'm saying. I'm not trying to imprint that on you. But what I am saying is that what if you dating while you're not at your best means that you have someone who disrespects you, who thinks you're ghetto, thinks you're stupid, thinks you know, don't realize what the world is about. They think that you are safe because you don't offer them any competition and they don't want to compete. So what kind of fucking person are they? They want you to be all these things because you're low risk. So if you're low risk, are you their ideal? And how are they going to treat you? What is the quality of the relationship going to be if you are deemed unconscious? That motherfucker don't tell you that they think that you're low risk because you're dark skinned. And you have to kind of let a person know you understand who the fuck you are. It's going to be some idiosyncrasies in their conversation that's going to let you know what they think about you. Okay? I'm not saying this for people to be self-conscious either. But I am saying is that you are a work of art. And unless you understand intrinsically what your value is, you're not going to potentially know the quality of personality and character of the type of person who will be best paired with you. This person may never say it, but maybe they think that you are the breadwinner and that you will pay their way because they're attractive and you got that weight on you. And that they're the most attractive that you've ever dated. So you'll do anything they say to keep them. I'm not saying that there isn't some amazing people out there that can look past something superficial. I'm not saying that and see past that. But what I am saying is that if they actually love you like that, they probably want you to stick around anyway, which means that they want your experience in your body to be the optimum that it can be. Think about what I'm talking about. It's I'm having a real conversation because I struggle with this. And if someone actually loves me, they probably want forever with me. And do I look like I have forever in me if I'm a certain, if I'm living a certain way? And my outer shows it. Sometimes the way we talk, the way we act, we get on these social media sites, we talk about the type of men, it's sending a message about you that you're unconscious about. If every time you look up, you're talking about how men are this and that, you're sending a message that you don't know how to pick the people who are the most complimentary for you. Because there's another woman somewhere else who's never had those same experiences. And y'all are from the same neighborhood. Y'all have relatively the same looks maxed out. Some of you are beautiful women who are big women who the friend group that you're with is friends with you because you're big. Because bitch, if you lost that weight, they're not seeing you. Are you serious right now? You don't want to have that conversation, do you? Just like, you know how some men will say that some women have friends who don't want to see them in relationships. Those men take that and sometimes, and really not sometimes, a lot of times, weaponize that concept, okay? But they wouldn't have the concept if that wasn't true about your single friends. Why the fuck are you around a bunch of single bitches and you trying to be married anyway? You need to be around the women who are married, trying to figure out what's their stilo. Matter of fact, anyone that's hanging around them that is single, because they're probably going to hook you up. Like, we're not going to get into all of that right now, but I'm just saying, what is it about your character? What is it about your build? What is it about the way in which you present yourself that says something about you that's unconscious to you and may be completely different than who you really are? And if you actually care about yourself, you will want everything about you to resonate with what you really value. Okay? So that's why I find it a lot of people disingenuous who don't want to be challenged when it comes to the weight thing, because if someone loves you, they don't want you to die from heart disease. They don't want you to die from liver disease. They don't want you to lose your kidneys from fucking blood pressure. They don't want that. They want you to actually survive your pregnancy. They want you to be there. They want to actually have great sex with you. They want to be attracted to you sexually. They want these things that you want for them to want from you. You want this person to be turned on, but you are completely out of touch with the fact that maybe, just maybe, you're selling yourself short based on who you really are. You may have a great sex appeal. You around here giving grade A coochie cat to lazy niggas. Think about it from that perspective, my good sis. You out here trying to hold on to some idea, and you giving, and I'm not talking about a particular person. I think that they're not even having sex, child. Go ahead with your bad self. But I'm saying you might be giving away some of this. You're a great woman, and you're giving that away to men who are literally targeting you because they feel that they can act a certain kind of way with you, when a person who actually would cherish the person you are, the only thing that's in between you guys meeting each other is the fact that they eat healthy and they go to the gym, and just you loving on yourself, even if you don't want to eat the same way, means that you guys talk the same language, something that actually benefits you. And that person is your best match. And the only fucking thing that's in the way is something that would benefit you. And no, they're not this dumbass nigga that would go and deny you, and then as soon as you get fined, up in your face. They got a lot more respect. They wouldn't even play in your face in the first place. They wouldn't even disrespect you in the first place. So they would come to you when and how they should from the jump. Not make fun of you and then now they want to get inside of you because you bad as fuck. No, not that fuck nigga, but someone who wouldn't have been on that type of time. It's all I'm saying. Just hear me out. I got a little bit of age on me, a little bit of wisdom on me. And I'm just saying that maybe, just maybe, your effigy, how you talk, what people perceive you as, is not good enough for where the fuck you want to be at and the experience you want to have. And there's nothing wrong with you taking inventory. You got to know that you're worth that shit. You got to know you're worth it. You got to know that you're worth everything that you want. Everything you want. If you want more, get that shit. I just literally had a whole thing. I said it's never too much. If you want your partner to show up a certain way, that's not too much. But damn, you need to be somebody that's worth doing all that shit for too. I don't think that's too much to ask. And another thing, women, you got to stop shaming other women who don't want to live in the hood. That's not safe for us mentally. You know, poverty actually sets up mental health crises, right? So it's not virtuous to go out here and tell women to not be concerned with their partner's ability to make sure they and the partner stay out of an impoverished situation. That's not asking for too much. There are studies that show that poverty and children that are in poverty what it does to our human psyche is terrible. So to then tell a woman who her biology tells her to get the best man to ensure that she has the best offspring, that she's wrong for wanting a provider is crazy talk. And you need to do an inventory on yourself to see why the fuck that shit is good enough for you. And I don't want to hear damn bitch that done put a nigga on and that nigga did you wrong anyway try to shame me for wanting something that denotes that my children will be smart enough by way of me and their father to make great choices in life and not put themselves in harm's way and in the coldness and the harshness that poverty comes with unnecessarily. So no, that shit. I seen a post the other day and I seen a lot of black women saying, oh, that's cool if he got that little shack in the hood. The fact that that's cool for any black person, given where we come from in this country, is crazy talk. What you're saying is that your black men are the worst kind of men on the planet and that your black men actually cannot strive to have more. And some of you motherfuckers don't want the other reality, is that you would have to be more to meet that standard too. We're going to have some real conversations here. Some of you don't want the conversation that, oh, if he is educated, if he is making six figures, if he is making millions of dollars, that there are other women that are showing up a certain kind of way that are more aligned, and I don't want to have to jump through hoops to then compete or be compatible. So a lot of us, we really hold ourselves back because we're saying we're not worthy of the things that we desire. I'm not finna make none of my homegirls feel comfortable because I'm not dating this motherfucker who got a shack for us. Because it's not because I can do better without a man. I don't need a man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if he is a representation of the masculine, the internal masculine of myself, and myself wants a particular thing, and if given the opportunity, I'm going to go after a particular thing anyway, then I would be betraying myself to not find the compatible version and to be of compatibility with what that person, their lifestyle, what they're looking for. Otherwise, I'm fraudulent. I am childish. A lot of us are fucking childish. I'm sorry. A lot of us are childish. Other people literally think they talk about this with their kids. They even talk to their kids. Well, okay, before you marry him, what's their family history? Do they have any congenital diseases? I didn't know that for a long time, because in our households, we are not taught that other people of other races and cultures literally marry and have children based off of genetic superiority. A family of doctors. Oh, wow. We are a family of multi-business entrepreneurs and all of this. We are high, these are our values as a family. So this is a great connection between these two people, because they have the same values in life individually, and as a family, we go on with each other very well. Every other group of people who have developed themselves out of a third world situation and are now leading industry, and our world powers have systems and expectations of themselves in order to partner with those who match those expectations, or help them align with what they want the best. And so a lot of times when we don't want to do the work, it is childishness, it's immaturity, it is entitlement, it's laziness. It's not actually like us being ghetto is a science experiment, bitch. What other group of people were enslaved and 50 years after coming out of slavery had institutions of wealth? Does that sound like a group of people who are meant to be ghetto? No, it doesn't. In the ways in which the ghetto has taken from us, is what I'm saying. We're not India, in which there are slums. We're not some Asian countries where there were slums of people. We're Americans who happened to be enslaved. And once slavery ended, we had black people that went from being enslaved in a generation to 50 years later into the future, there generations that came there after them that had enterprise businesses. Madam C.J. Walker, she's from Denver. The first, black woman millionaire? What? From doing hair care products? That's innovation. That's taking it. We as it relates to, like, if you think about what the Black Renaissance in comparison to what Singapore did. Singapore was a third world country. They were one of the poorest countries in the world. Singapore, you could barely stay in Singapore for cheap now. And they were able to accomplish that in under 50 years. That's what we did coming out of slavery, not even having a country to our own selves as a culture of people. To now, not making any progress as an ethnic group is wild business. Yes, were there programs that created the perfect circumstance? Yes. But then some parts of these things come from us. Expecting other people to give us ease when they have never taken their foot off their enemy's neck or the motherfucking pedal. They kept the pedal to the fucking metal. They didn't ask for handouts. They took advantage of whatever they could until they owned the shit, is all I'm saying. So on a personal level, that means I don't go to Malaysia if I'm Singapore and just decide to fold into Malaysia. I say, fuck it. We might have to live a certain kind of way as a country. But we're going to be independent. And not only are we going to be independent, we're going to be one of the wealthiest East Asian countries in the world. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. And they didn't go and sit up under Indonesia or Malaysia. They didn't beg them. They didn't fold their country into them. Bitch, they stayed independent and took care of business to make sure that the world is dealing with them the way in which they intended, and the world respects them because they are a huge country that does import or holds imports. Look up Malaysia. I mean, not Malaysia. Look up what happened with Singapore. And think about yourself. Do you have the ability to glow up the way Singapore glowed up on them niggas that denied them? Do you have that ability to turn your shit around so that it reflects the value of the people within you, the person within you, the way Singapore did in reflecting the value of the people of Singapore? Can you treat yourself the way the dictators that were loved, might I add, by the majority of the people? Can you be a dictator over your life experience and turn your situation around? After all these rejections, can you say I should have never been there in the first place? And I'm gonna show myself something different. All I get is accept. People want me to accept them. I don't know where rejection is. Whatever I need to do, let me do that for myself first before I expect other people to do it for me. Okay? So I just hope this makes it to you in enough time and it's not too late, and that you're not too old in setting your ways to not make a 180-degree change. You say you want certain experiences and you're not willing to do it for yourself, then you are a liar and you're a poser. You don't even believe that God believes that in you. You don't even believe that you can affect the quantum field enough to go in your favor by making changes that seem harder than they actually are. I'm about to go in here and go to work. Okay? I just did it all over, honey, feet. I'm finna do lashes. I'm finna get in here and do some work. I have clients to see, and I'm finna get dressed as if I'm leaving the house, but in my pajamas. Like a full set, baby. Okay? A full set. I'm just soaking in my body treatment. I do my body, I do my skincare the way people do like their face care, like the stuff we do to our face. I do that for my whole body because I have to, because I feel like I deserve that. Is it excessive? Maybe, but I feel like I deserve it. And what's interesting is that I don't know what the fuck this is. Maybe it's because it's Taurus season. Happy birthday to the Tauruses. Happy early birthday to all Tauruses. But maybe this is just I don't believe in coincidences. The moment I actually started taking working out seriously and my self-care seriously, my money started taking me seriously. Am I where I want to be? No, not quite, not even a little bit. But my money started taking me seriously. My ancestors, the spirits that walk with me started taking me seriously. When I started back taking myself seriously. Okay? Even the spirits will treat you different by how you invest in yourself. Don't lie to yourself about your life experience. If it's not what you want it to be, don't even allow yourself to be depressed about it. But be own up to it enough to say, this is what I need to be in order to maintain what it is that I want. And nothing less. I don't want anything less than that. Because if you rest on your laurels here, and let's say you get the job, you start earning the money, you won't have it long. You get into the relationship, you won't have it long. I promise you, some of you girls who got some weight on you, you don't do don't fuck around and find out that once you start going to the gym, that motherfucker start talking about you or start liking other girls' pictures on Instagram, so that it starts taking away to where your attention for that you're putting on you is going on him, because he's starting to act crazy because you're starting to look amazing, because your ass shouldn't have been there anyway. Don't fuck around and get with someone who you're settling for and find out that motherfucker is liking bitches that look better than you on Instagram. That right there will humble the fuck out of you right there. Don't fuck around and you settling for him. He ain't even as attractive as you, but you a big girl. Or you ain't putting yourself together. You cute, but you looking dusty. And you fuck around, you done settled for him. And you're the more attractive one out of the group. And you turn around and look at his fucking Instagram and them bitches are badder than you. Bitch, right there. That should tell you right the fuck now. That should tell you that should this motherfucker inherit $1 billion, he will toss your ass the fuck out the first chance he get. Because that's who he really wants. It's the bitches that he's liking on Instagram. Not your ass. You are safe in his current state of being. But his lazy ass ain't finna change his state of being. So that's why he is settling. Like you're settling for him, but this motherfucker got the nerve to believe he's settling for you. Because men value things differently. Let him come into a couple million of dollars. And he can have his choice of women who are with him because of his money. And see how he changed up on you. Huh. I love me some Kanye West, but we don't know shit about Kanye West's girlfriend who was a Delta. The one who was with him when he had the car accident. But we know about Kim Kardashian. My nigga, some of y'all done stroked it. This men who are listening or who will listen, you done stroked it to Kim Kardashian. You don't know shit about that Delta he was with. You might not even recall him talking about being with a Delta, implying a black woman. But once he got on, he told you what he was going to do. And I got to respect the fuck out of the nigga. I don't like it. And I'm sure he done suffered for his choices. But he's also gained because he is playing the game. Even though the game is dirty, he's already in it. Motherfucker told you what he was going to do. And once he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl. And then did it. You keep fucking around with your beauty and your majesty if you want. Not only that, let me say this too. Some people are comfortable. A woman, especially a woman of color, being beautiful and in shape is a political statement. And maybe you don't understand this right now. But a beautiful, high-class black woman is a political statement. Who looks like she should be going to the U.S. Open. Okay? Wealthy. I want you to understand that that is a political statement. And if you want to look at it from a political standpoint, some people are comfortable with you being the mammy. Some people are comfortable with you being the one who has the woes and the blues and who's on welfare. Because politically it benefits them that you are pitiful as a motherfucker and sick. Politically, it does not benefit them if the whole lot of you are gorgeous. Because what does that mean? If every black woman was on a program of self-beautification at the highest level to where you look like you belong with a rich man, there won't be a fucking ghetto. Meaning that he couldn't even smell it. And it's understood straight across the board. You don't think that Asian women know this about themselves? Bitch, please. It's some women out here who know that your ass got to have some money. And I'm going to tell you how I know this, because they men say we got to go get some money. And they ain't stopped getting money. China ain't stopped getting money. South Korea ain't stopped getting money. Vietnam ain't stopped getting no goddamn money. They got that guap because they got tired of they women going talking about some me so horny. They got so much money they can go around here and have children with extra DNA powers out in Africa somewhere. They, their wealth precedes them, where impoverished black women marry them or give them access to them and have their babies for their genetic purposes, and they leave them all because his race precedes him, meaning that it is understood that if he might be a Chinese man, he might just have some money. If he's a white man, he might just have some money. Because that's what I'm used to seeing, is that these people have money. If black women look like Dorothy Dandridge in the way that we did in the 1920s and the motherfucking 1930s, you will see some of the most innovative and some of the most powerful men on the planet. Because they're not going to allow nobody to take advantage of something that they deem is theirs. Men are very territorial over something that has value. So sometimes looking ghetto and being a mammy motherfucker actually puts you at a disadvantage in terms of politics. Beauty is political as fuck. If you look, what do they say? The moon looks lovelier at this angle, meaning that the women, some of the men would go to other countries and find that those women were so beautiful, it would change the beauty standards in the countries they come from. If all of these black girls were on beauty pageant time, their mannerisms were on pageant girl, was on high society type of time, you would have a different experience with black men. Women are muses. We inspire. Beauty is all encompassing. Babies even respond to beauty. Babies, animals respond to beauty because it's a frequency. And it also shows a level of intelligence. Intelligence is going to beautify itself, streamline itself, optimize itself. Ignorance is going to rest on its laurels and be lazy. So we're listen. We're not in the tribal warfare. We're not in the huts anymore. We're not out there where we need extra body fat on us. Okay? And all I'm saying is that if our standards for ourselves were higher, then that changes a lot of things. So that's really all I had to say, is that sometimes don't accept the invitation. Wait until you can change the atmosphere in the room of the invitations that you do accept. That's all I'm saying. Okay? I don't know what y'all talking about up in here, but much love. You said so true, Queen. Thank you. You said you sound pretty. Thank you. I try to be. You say you're 30. How old is everyone? Well, the last time I looked, and I could be wrong, but my analytics state that I have people who are from 18 to 75. And I love it. I'm not 30, but I love it. So if this maybe helps you understand that it's not, if it, I just think, we got some genetics, y'all, and we too fucking pretty as a group of people. Especially, we're too fucking fine, y'all. We are too pretty to be sick. And we're too beautiful, we're too smart to be impoverished and not be at the seat of power of the changes that are happening. I done seen my brothers do some things when they needed some money, and if they were able to put those smarts into industry, they would be having meetings with Elon Musk. And the fact that they're not is problematic at this age, considering the fact that it was a black man who invented the stoplight, considering the fact that it were black people who had the first ambulance system, considering the fact that it was a black man who invented the blood transfusion machine. Considering the fact that it was George Washington Carver that was able to show us the benefits of peanuts. These are ancestral things that happen, that naturally occurs with us. And for our lives in 2026 to not reflect that is an abomination, in my opinion. So I'm just saying, okay? And much love to everyone. I don't mean any harm. Wait to accept the invitation until you change the temperature and atmosphere in the room. Make sure you're not being invited to be the clown, the joke. Make sure you are the what do they call it, for lack of a better term? You are the guest of honor because of the works that you've done for yourself, what you've accomplished for yourself, and subsequently others, to where there's a bit of gravity around you when you walk. You have a gravitational pull that's undeniable. That's what I think, okay? Now, am I gonna look like a loose? Am I gonna look like a flying squirrel by the time I get there? Hell yeah, probably a little bit. I'm like a flying squirrel. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? If I bring you on this journey, don't roast me too bad, bitch. I'm gonna look like a flying squirrel, but we're gonna get this fixed up. We're gonna get this under control. But I just wish I understood these things that I understand now. They didn't come to me, but I'm gonna try to do my damnedest to make sure that they get to the people before it's too late. Okay, so much love to everyone. Thank you again. God bless you for taking a listen to my musings and any kind of wisdom that you can extract from it, and anything that you can add that is beneficial. Please definitely chime in. I hope this finds you well, and be well. Now I'm finna go on. I'm gonna put my titties up, okay, and get to work. And I love y'all for real, for real. And we'll talk soon. Peace.